Open up to questions.
Well, we're very excited. This is huge for Tulane University. We're really proud to represent our city and our university, and it's really big for our football program, and just looking forward to the game tomorrow.
Mark Heffinger, Tulane Hullabaloo. You won Coach of the Year for the conference. Tajay Spear won Offensive Player of the Year. Can you just kind of talk on that and just how you feel about that?
Well, the coaching award is a team award. I know you hear everybody say that, and it's true. You got to play good offense, defense, kicking game. Got a bunch of people behind the scenes that do a tremendous job for the program, and we're just very proud of Tajay, and he's had a fantastic year. I think he's very, very worthy of that honor.
Jude Papillon, Tulane Hullabaloo. What effect has the opportunity to play in this game had on the vibe in the locker room this week?
Well, I think it's, obviously the guys got to bounce in their step, but to win this many games, you got to have that same energy every single week. So they've been able to do that, each and every week, bring it. And, we talk about how important preparation is, and then, flipping the switch at game time for 3.5 hours, and, bringing that energy then. And they've done that week in and week out, and we've had excellent practices this week. So looking forward to seeing them perform tomorrow.
Coach Brandon Heller with Rivals.com. I know last season was a difficult one with the hurricane and relocation and the record. What did you see from that team? Because I know not many guys went into the portal, and there's a lot of guys who decided to come back to try to reach this point. What did you start to see last year that maybe during the off season or what have you that made you think, this could be a championship-worthy football team?
Well, I thought we played hard every single week last year. I was really proud of our effort, week in and week out. Sometimes you get behind the 8 ball, the season's not going the way you want it to, and you start seeing a lot of lack of effort. But our guys played extremely hard throughout the season, and then just, from January on, just the work ethic that they've shown has been really impressive. I've made this comment many times, but if I'm in town, I come up here and work for a little while, and Saturdays and Sundays, I don't know how many times I came up here and the guys were throwing the ball around there in the weight room. They were doing something football related, watching film, so they were very, very dedicated.
Sharif Ishak, WDSU TV. Earlier this week, you talked about it all coming to fruition. Has it hit you yet that you guys are about to play in a championship game at home in front of all your fans?
Yeah, one of the things I'm going to talk about our guys tonight is having fun and enjoying the moment, and I think that's important. It's this has been a goal, and it's happening right now. So, we need to make sure we're living in the moment and complete the goal. So it's very, very exciting.
Gary Smith with the Times-Picayune, The Advocate. Prince Pines made the first team. He was a guy that a lot of times offensive linemen, they have to have a rep coming in, and he seems to have gotten it on merit. What did you think about him getting named first team all-conference?
Well, I think he's very deserving. I thought he had a fantastic year. He transferred in and got here in the summer, and there's not a whole lot of guys that are 6'4", 6'5", 330 pounds who can move, and he's one of them. And he was very deserving of that honor. And then obviously the better year you have, the more guys you get on all conference. I had a guy, last year say he was disappointed and said you got to win more games. You win more games, you have more guys on all conference. So I'm glad they saw, the great season that Prince has had for us.
Darren Stoltzfus, West 2 in Orlando. It seems like this year the American finally got a little more, credit or acclaim from the college football playoff and everything. With UCF being one of the teams headed to the Big 12, does that add anything to this championship game, or can you keep it compartmentalized?
It's they've got a great program, obviously, and we wish them well. But as you talked about at the beginning of the question, we're just proud to represent this conference. Our commissioner talks all the time about it being part of the Power Six. I really believe that. One of the things I try to sell with people coming to our games here at Yulman Stadium is the opportunity to, be in a great venue, but also see unbelievable football. And from top to bottom, this is a great league, and we're proud to represent it.
Hudson Miller, WDSU News. Talk about the challenges their quarterback. I know he's kind of had a hamstring injury going on. The challenges that
You got a report on that or what? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
just the challenges. I know he had a good game against y'all the first time around. What are you guys going to do different to try to contain him with that running game?
Well, he did. One of the things early in the ball game, last time we played him, they really jumped on us, and a lot of it was quarterback run. And he's got great speed, great movement. You can't just gang up, in the line of scrimmage because he also throws the ball well. We just got to make sure we're fitting everything up properly. There was a few busts that we had, with guys getting out of their gap, and did a good job with some quarterback draw. But without question, that's something that we've got to do a great job of, is limiting his effectiveness running the football.
Greenspan, Tulane Hullabaloo. Can you speak to how Michael Pratt has improved his game this season compared to the past seasons on the team?
Well, he got hurt in the first game last year, and really had a hard time practicing throughout the season. It's something we kind of kept under wraps. He had surgery when the season got over. So he's been healthy. That's been the main thing. He's had a great year because he's doing a better job of understanding first down, touchdown, get down, and not taking the shots maybe that he took a year ago. But he's a really smart football player, and he allows us to play 11-on-11 football with his ability to run. And I think he's also a really accurate passer, a very smart football player.
Coach, I know last week there was a few different championship game scenarios. Obviously, you're at Cincinnati, you got to win to host it. But the fact that you get to have this rematch with UCF, a team that beat you in your home stadium a few weeks ago, did the guys talk about that? Were they excited about another chance to beat UCF and kind of, get a little revenge on a few weeks ago?
I don't think that really had a lot to do with it. But our guys talked about playing another home game. We had senior day, and a couple of guys in the locker room after we got done, hey, let's see if we can come back here and play again. This isn't our last game, playing here at Yulman Stadium. So, I've always believed, you look back at past successes or failures, and you're not living in the present. You're probably not going to be the best you can be. So we've just, been zeroing in on, UCF. They're a different team from when we played them a few weeks ago, and so are we.
Coach, how excited are you to play in front of a sold-out crowd tomorrow, and how much do you think that'll impact the game?
Well, it's always exciting. I haven't done that here a whole lot at Tulane, so we're proud of that. We're happy that the city and the university has gotten behind us, and there'll be a lot of energy.
There's big news this week in the college football world about college football playoff expansion in 2 years to 12 teams. So right now, this game, if it would be 2 years from now, it'd be for a spot in the playoff. How excited are you for that? You just talked about Power 6. It's going to be top 6 conference champions. That's got to be huge for Tulane and the American going forward.
Well, I think it was long overdue. I think you see it happen all the time with, so-called upsets, with every week, and I think there's a lot of teams, universities that are deserving of, being able to play for the national championship. So I'm glad they passed it, and it's happening here in a couple of years.
Coach, this week you're potentially preparing for 2 different quarterbacks, John Rice Plumlee and Mikey Keene. What are the challenges of preparing for multiple quarterbacks at the same time, and what are the strengths that each quarterback possesses?
Well, we talked a little bit about Plumlee, being a great runner, but also having the ability to throw the football effectively. Mikey Keene can also run, but his game is a little bit more throwing the football. He played against us last year, started against us, and had a good ball game, and I think he started maybe 12, 13 games in his career at UCF, so he's got a lot of experience as well. So 2 fine quarterbacks. They are a little bit different, but they're both going to run their offense. Thank you.